Toni Harris Taylor.
You've been coaching with people before. You're not making no money. This is where people think you're insane. Invest in you. How's everybody doing this morning? Everybody realizes you don't get married on the first meeting. Hi, would you like to marry me? You also don't do business on the first meeting. It takes dating. And that's really what George was talking about, building deeper connections. When you learn this strategy, it will change the game for business. I actually, in 2005, I was networking because I was a financial advisor, but I went into management and I was recruiting and I had to network to find new people. And I would go to networking events. I'd get all cute. And I'd have my business cards and I'd pass out my cards and I'd get back to the office and I'd wait. Yeah, the phone didn't ring. So I'd do it again. Go to events, get all cute, drive across town, pay the cover charge, because there's a lunch and a breakfast charge, pass out a bunch of business cards, get back to the office, and I would wait. Anybody feel me? How many of y'all know nobody's going to call? What was the statistic Dr. Fraser said? 99.9% of the people who do exactly what I just said never follow up or follow through. Not my people. No more of that. So I was going to an event and I met a business coach like me. At that time I was in financial services, but she said, "You're not networking right." But I'm showing up. She said, "But you're not following up. I'm going to teach you a strategy to keep you from having to follow up." She said, "Pay me $6,000. This was 2005. She said, "Pay me $6,000 and I'll show you how to change the game with your networking." I was desperate. I felt she could help me. I went to my retirement plan and pulled $6,000. And I gave it to this lady to teach me what I'm going to teach you now, but not $199, whatever you paid to get here. The problem is you won't do it. So I'm going to tell you what to do, but the problem is you won't do it unless somebody is holding you accountable to do it, because it's drastic. If you learn this strategy, you won't have to follow up. There won't be anybody you have to take business cards from and call. You're going to leave events every time you go with appointments on your calendar. I'm proud of every one of you. I took pictures of you guys booking appointments. Guess what? If I wasn't standing up here on a soapbox making you do it, you wouldn't. Unless you were Caitlin. Right? You wouldn't do it. Because it's not natural. And it's the one strategy that will change the game for networking forever. So it's ask for a date. Ladies, remember when we were younger, a little bit skinnier, and we'd go to these, I'm just talking to the ladies right now because we can remember. We go to the club. Mr. Looks So Good caught our eye from across the crowded room. And he sashayed over. "Hey girl, how you doing?" You say, "I'm good. I'm good. Can I buy you a drink, lady?" Yeah. "Yes, you can buy me a drink." He buys you a drink. And it's the best drink you ever had. And he got conversation. And you like falling in love over this one drink. But you still can't get married. You just met the dude. Everybody remember that? That was back in the day, Delia. You don't remember that. So He says, can I get your number? And you give him the right one. He said, girl, I'm going to call you tomorrow. You say, okay. You leave. This is Saturday night because that's when we did most of our stuff. Ladies, y'all remember. Sunday come, and you picking up the phone, checking the dial tone. Does this, y'all remember, but some of y'all don't remember that we had dial tones. They say, boom. And we would pick up the phone, and we would say, is this thing working? Because he ain't called me. 3 days later, he don't call you. A week later, the buster never calls. That's horrible, isn't it? Samantha, isn't that horrible? That never happened to you, but it happened to me. That's the same thing y'all are doing at networking. You collect the cards. I'm going to call you. We're going to get together. We're going to do some things and nothing happens. We're going to stop that here today, right now. Get this strategy. It'll change your life. Okay, so I need someone in the audience who's not my coaching client already, because y'all already know the game, to come up and do a hot seat with me. Who wants to be on the hot seat? Okay, Omega, we'll have you. Give her a round of applause. So what's form? Oh, can I go, Edwin? Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Edwin. Edwin and William are working so hard. Thank y'all so much. Okay, form. Do y'all know what form is? Okay. Not you. How you get to be $1 million coach? You know what it is, of course. Dandrian, did I hear you? Are you reading it? Okay, there it goes. It's in the headings. Very smart lady. Family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. So what do I talk about on these dates? So the first thing is, how do you ask for the date? If it's an in-person gathering like this, and if somebody wasn't demanding that you do it from the front of the room, then what you would do is say, you know, I heard your introduction. I would love to connect with you after the event to see how we can help each other. Or I would say something like, especially if they're at another level, I would say, I would love to connect with you to see, I own a networking organization. Let me learn more about you to see who I can introduce you to. Who's going to say no to that? No, I don't want you to introduce me to nobody. Who would say no to that? Notice I didn't make it about me. I made it about them. All right, the next one is the virtual. I've already told you how me and Mike got here. Right-clicked on the chat, told him I liked his introduction. I think we should collaborate or we should talk. He's scheduled on the link. He sits here on the front row. Andrea, same thing. Andrea met me. I spoke at the Black Professional Organizers Organization. She says, I never come to those events. Man, you haven't missed since? So she said, but I was nudged to be there. She came. We did a one-to-one. I mentioned that I'm a witness in the talk. Guess what? She's a witness. We scheduled a one-to-one, and she's sitting here on the front row. What I'm telling you works. Okay? So now we're going to, what do you say when you get on this date? Because the first date is always the awkward one. So, what do you do? What do you do for fun? Where are you from? So I've given you a form to go through. You don't need a form. Just let's be clear. Omega don't need no help. All right. But it's not true? No. Okay, very good. I like
help. I like learning.
So but I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to do it in form style. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so Omega, And I already have some of this. Here's the other thing. When someone books an appointment, like you all are leaving here with appointments on your calendar right now, go to social media and connect with them before the appointment. Go to Facebook. Go to LinkedIn. Why? You can find, people tell you all their business on Facebook. You hate it for that reason, but that is intelligence for you to use against them. So I'm going to go and check her out online. And that gives me something to talk about. Okay?
But the key to it is they have to be present online.
What? Say that again.
You must be present online.
You must be present online. If you don't like all the political stuff, unfriend those people.
That's it.
Don't be political. If you start it, they're going to give it to you back. Right? So, but you have to be online, whether you like it or not. It's not about you. Going back to that, your business is not about you. It's about the people you serve. So, are you married, sister?
No. When you find my...
Are you looking?
He looking for me.
Okay. So I have put together at least 3 marriages. I'm the coach that connects. Yes, I am. I am. So I put together at least 3 marriages.
I think my mama paying my monthly allotment if you do.
So we'll talk about that one offline, but I might be able to help you, girl. I'm a scout all around. You have children?
No children. I never been married.
Okay, never been married. Okay, very good. So where are you from originally? I know you live in Florida.
I am from Lakeland, Florida, born and raised.
Okay, very good. I used to live in Florida. Lived in Port St. Lucie for 8 years. Yeah, I love Florida. Every time I go back, I'm like, why did I leave here?
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And so tell me about your business.
I am in pageantry. I have 7 pageants, and I focus around women who own their own business. So I don't have a beauty pageant, I have a business pageant. So I celebrate women in business, and now men. Yes, now men.
So what do you like best about that?
I like that I don't necessarily have to sell someone on themselves, and that's easier for me. Because if you're already in business, pageantry is just another way to promote and brand that business.
Absolutely. So I just participated in her. It's a brilliant business model. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
I actually, when I heard about it from Dr. Sonja, which let me just say this, I'm segueing, but she is the queen, right? But she gave up her crown but she's always a queen. Once a queen, always a queen. So Dr. Sonja and I met in 2011 at my first stage event. Lots of first here's. And we connected on Facebook. So again, you don't like it, but that's where the connections flourish. When she saw I had a TV show, she said, I want to be on your show. There's a small fee to be on the show. She paid the fee because she wanted to be on the show. Sometimes you have to pay for access.
That's it.
She came on the show wearing this crown.
Okay. You better do it then.
I'm like, where you get that crown from?
You better do it.
And she told me and then introduced me to Omega, and the rest is history.
Quick history.
Quick, it went really fast.
Literally, because you were decisive. And that's important.
Yeah, I will thank you. So, and you got men in business now too. So what do you like best about what you do? You said because you don't have to convince them about their beauty and all of that.
And that's important when you don't have to convince a person that they're great.
I love that. Yes. Hold your mic up. Oh, okay. Thank you. So what do you like least about what you do?
When people don't believe in themselves. When they don't believe that they have everything in them to be successful and to be great. And a lot of times you can be in business and not in business. Some of y'all have some expensive hobbies.
Wow. So they're not literally in business.
Right.
It's a hobby. So I asked you this when we spoke after I was crowned. The other thing about me is when you come into my space, I want to help you fulfill your dreams. And I asked her, what is your dream? So go ahead and share your dream.
I want women in business or women business leaders and entrepreneur pageant to be a international business. Every state has a woman in business. So there's not any reason why I should only have had 8 states represented when there's 50 states that have women, and there are hundreds of countries. So my goal is to have a full out on national pageant, just like Miss America, just like Miss USA. I want all 50 states represented by strong women in business and strong men in business.
Awesome. Do y'all know some women in business in, you know, women in business in 50 states? This is not a black pageant, by the way.
It's not.
It's not at all. Yes. Yes, of course you do. If each one gave her one referral, she could get closer to her dream.
That's it.
If you gave her 5 referrals, that makes it
Oh,
even that
Lord.
more.
Yes, yes. Let me put the mic closer. Yes. Sit up.
So how can I help you?
You just did. Covertly. Because you just asked them to help me.
Awesome. So because I'm the coach that connects and I have a network, I'm committed to getting 10 women enrolled in your
Woo, woo.
online. Y'all hear that? That includes you. If you are in, it's really not hard to be a part of this pageant, but it was so much fun. And watch me work. My girlfriend said, how you gonna use that? That sounds like a waste of time to me.
Well,
Girl, you don't know me? Please.
The crown speaks for itself. Let me tell you something about a crown. It's natural attention. When I walked in this room, because it's a networking event, some people connected with me. But when you walk in a room with a crown on your head, everyone wants to know what you did to get it. It's natural attention.
Watch me wear my crown. My mama's like, oh, Lord.
Toni, could you repeat the name of the pageant? People are asking.
Yes, it is Women Business Leaders and Entrepreneur Pageant. That is the live pageant. That means you actually have to come and compete on stage. But because of the pandemic, I also created Women in Business online pageant. So WIBOP, WeBop, and WBLEP, Women Business Leaders, Entrepreneur Pageant, and Women in Business Online Pageant. And we now have MBLEP and MEBOP as well for men.
Those are the URLs, I assume, as well?
It is www.wblep.com, www.wblep.com.
Thank you.
.com. And you can find WeBop, MEBop, and MBLEP there as well.
And then I have a WeBop Queen page. Y'all go like that.
Absolutely.
So I can't remember what the URL is, but it's in the book. So please go to that. Okay. So here's a very important question when you are, and by the way, this should take no less than 30 minutes up to an hour. Mike and I were on the phone, on Zoom for an hour. And because I've been doing this for years, I don't use a form anymore. But we covered all the bases. I know now that his wife is a coach. They were on a health journey. They have little boys. How many? 3? 3 little boys and a daughter. So all that is covered in the conversation when you get to know people. And you're trying to get to know people whole. Who has time? Nikki, I don't have time to make friends. She said, stop doing my voice like that. I don't have time to make friends. I said, Nikki, when you make friends,
She in business?
she is right there. My
You in
image
business?
consultant.
Okay.
She says, I said, Nikki, when you make friends, you get business.
People only connect with people they like,
That's right. And
So
they
you-
only refer people
that they like.
they like. You got to make it as part of your marketing strategy. Okay. Here's the number one question. This is $1 million question.
All right.
Where else do you network?
Oh, I network at other pageants. I make sure that I just judged a breast cancer awareness for pageant in Atlanta for survivors, warriors, and supporters. So I tend to go to at least 2 pageants a month to do networking because I always find women in business there. Networking events like this, women in business. Definitely online.
Are you a member of any other organizations?
Oh gosh, women in insurance, women educators. I have the title.
Women in insurance.
Because before I became an educator, I was in insurance.
Okay.
I also am the national elite Miss National Educators of America. So
I got a referral for you.
Okay.
So my client Davina is a school leader. And she just opened a new Facebook group called the Principal's Playground. And she wants school leaders, and she's also an excellent speaker about vision execution in schools. I will connect you to Davina. So I'm going to write down note right here. You see how this is working?
So,
okay, this is not just a comment. This is how this is working. So, okay.
Celebrity educators, so I'm a part of that organization.
Celebrity educators. Tell me more about that.
Celebrity educators are women in education that have made a name for themselves in education.
So, celebrity educators, Davina needs to know about.
Right.
So, this is how networking goes viral. So, I'm going to introduce Davina to Omega Plus. Davina's excellent for the pageant.
Okay.
Excellent for the, everybody know Davina. Yep, she's perfect for the pageant. And she needs to know about celebrity educators. So
and she can win that as well because that's a trophy.
That's a trophy
It
too.
is.
Okay. Y'all see how you can go viral? Hanging out with me anyway. Not every coach does this, but this is what I do because I need Davina to win. I need you to win.
That's it.
And that's the way, if everybody had this mindset. So this women in insurance, tell me more.
Now, the women in insurance, and it's Florida, it's a Florida-based company. As long as you hold an insurance license, you can be a part of this organization.
Do they have speakers every month?
They have speakers every month.
Can you refer me as a speaker?
Of course I can.
So make sure you write that down to refer me as a speaker. You see how I get speaking engagements? So she can introduce me to the president or the program person in her email because I'm going to introduce her to Davina. As soon as she sees that email come through, she's like, oh, I got to introduce her to the president of.
That's it.
Give before you receive, and you will receive.
They have lunch and learns every month.
I am there as a speaker.
Okay.
Awesome. What you do for fun, lady?
I
I know
travel.
you're super busy.
I travel for fun most of the time. I'm working, but I do like to make sure that I get some time in. I write a lot and with 5 books and.
And you're a reading teacher?
Yes.
Okay.
So I teach. Well, actually, I do ACT, SAT. I help students to pass the test.
Do you want to stay a teacher, or are you trying to leave that eventually?
Well, I am a Proverbs 31 woman, so I believe in 8 streams of income, and it doesn't take away from what I'm doing.
I love it. We talk about multiple streams of income tomorrow, okay? So I love that. She doesn't have to leave her full-time gig. I'm all good with that to achieve her dream. So that's perfect. Okay. What are you working on personally? I know we talked about business, but personally, how can I help you personally?
Well, personally, I am actually
Looking for a husband?
Yeah.
Ah! You look at
that part.
when I find him, where's she at? Where's she at? There she is.
Personally, I really want to start my finishing school for girls 15 to 18, coaching them to be entrepreneurs now so they don't ever have to work for anyone.
I love that.
And it's called RAIN, Regally Inspired Girls, Regally Empowered Inspired Girls Network. So it is going to be a school, and I want it to be a full-out dorms and everything. So getting capital for that.
Awesome. So y'all see how this works? We could go on and on, but because of time, I'm not. You have to ask and execute the dates. And it snowballs from there. So remember, when I speak at this Women in Insurance, I'm speaking at the Women in Insurance.
Speak it into existence.
So when I speak at the Women in Insurance group, guess what's going to happen there? I'm going to get 3 more dates. I'm going to ask the same questions. Do they have speakers? And I start speaking again. And it just goes snowballs. But it starts with your target market, knowing where to find the key people. Give her a hand clap, and I'll give you a prize for showing up. Was that good? If you do 3 of those a week, 3 times 50 weeks, I can do that math. There's 150 new connections. Those new connections snowball into the next connection. And then you begin to go viral. It is life-changing, but it's drastic to ask for dates. It's drastic to give before you receive. I'm listening with the ear. Who can I connect her to? Davina's going to be amazing for her. And on both sides. Because Davina knows a lot of educators. Yep. Dandrian, make sure you connect with her. Very good. Now watch what just happened. Did y'all catch that? Rhonda, who just met Dandrian today but heard what her mission is, said Omega needs to meet Dandrian. She's already connecting. Diane too. That's the way this works. But it takes work and intentionality, being intentional to make it happen. It doesn't happen by chance on accident. So you must put network. If you're not going to cold call, you're not going to knock on doors, you're not going to advertise and do Facebook ads, which, by the way, don't do that unless you know exactly what the heck you're doing, because you're going to throw a bunch of money away. You got to start networking and building connections. And it will change the game. All right. Any questions from the chat? Anything in chat? Was that good? I'd love to hear some feedback. Okay. Very good. Awesome. Okay. I love it. You all are amazing. So Malcolm, it's time for door prizes. And we've given away a few. We've got a few housekeeping things. Now, I'm going to ask that our sponsors go ahead and go up to the 18th floor and go to your rooms, please. When we say amen, please go visit the sponsors, Val, Day, Marvin, Chanel, Kimberly, and Caitlin. Go visit them. Schedule a one-to-one, because it will snowball. It's not just about do I need what they offer. It's about the connections. They have already started going viral with me, so they already have connections to connect you to. I shouldn't actually have to convince you to do this, but I'm convincing you to go connect with our sponsors when we say amen. Okay. And they will be in their sponsor Zoom rooms for 30 minutes till 5 o'clock, because at 6 o'clock, we got a shindig to deal with. I'm so excited about tonight. VIPs. We have our VIP reception on the 20th floor. It's 20th floor of this building. So get your little hair and makeup on. We will have headshots for you so that you can show up. We're going to have food, dancing. It's going to be a great event. No alcohol. All right. How's it a great event with no alcohol? I don't know. But there's no alcohol because I cannot. So but we're going to have a lot of fun. Yes. You can bring your own BYOB.
BYOB.
BYOB. If you want to bring your own, go for it. And so, but we have limited seats, so please don't invite any other people because we only have a certain amount of seats. Okay. Let's see what else I want to. Oh, what were some aha moments from today?
Toni, before we go down for that topic,
Yes.
one question.
Yes. Question.
Can you give me the clear time in the morning that sponsors will be available and online?
7:45. Sponsors will be available online at 7:45 in the morning. Thank you.
And also, Toni, just so you know, all the even in-person sponsors and online sponsors, we're all going to be in our room after this or in the morning. And even the VIP folks can get and come visit our rooms.
Thank you for that, Kimberly. So VIPs
It's
can log
clear.
in, and you all can go visit the room sponsors, especially the virtual ones, Kimberly and Chanel, who are not in the room with you. Please take the time to go visit them, or at least schedule an appointment with Kim at meetwithkimnow.com.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Let's see what else. Aha moments. Yes, Dandrian. Wait, let's go ahead and do the mic.
Can I hold it right here?
Okay.
I have it.
Wait.
Okay.
That's okay. Take your time.
Sorry. Dr. Frazier, with changing or upgrading your elevator pitch, it's very important to have one, and also determining your 3 networks, your personal, operational, and strategic networks. Sometimes you have to move people out of one network and place them in another network that works best for you.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. Excellent. Any other aha, B? And then online, raise your hand if you have an aha moment. I can see you guys now. They're opening their little shower curtains, little shower caps for the mic. Okay, Patricia, go ahead. I see your hand up, and then we will have the mic. Unmute yourself. This is Patricia Winden. I told y'all about this morning, who gave me the name of the conference. This is Patty.
Yay. So not so much an aha moment, but definitely a challenge for myself is to implement what Dr. Frazier does on a daily basis. I'm already doing some of it, but not all of it.
All right. I love that. Excellent. He really moved you guys. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. Go ahead, B. Stand up, please. The camera.
You want me to turn around?
Sure.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? So my aha moment was with Dr. Frazier again. The 10 decades, going through and taking inventory on who are in your networks and purging from those that don't need to continue to be, and then adding, depending on where you are and where you're trying to get with where you are in life. So that was an aha, great piece of advice for me.
Awesome. Wonderful. Hannah, you got your shower cap ready, Hannah, for the mic?
We have Erica in the Zoom room.
No.
So excited to be here and to say to you that you are changing the way that network has ever been. I've never seen a network event like this, never. And I am Miss Network from New York.
Awesome.
I can
Thank
tell
you.
I have attended so many BNIs and so many other networking groups. So much information for me. The center of influence. Be the center of influence. I love that. I mean, so much, but I chose that one. So much information, and the only thing I would say that's missing from this amazing event today is we needed to stand up and dance it off a little.
Okay.
Every.
Well, that's what we're going to do tonight.
Yeah.
Now, she's a motivational dancer, so I expect her to say just that. Thank you so much. We're going to crank up the music a little bit tomorrow.
I'll take my cap.
Anybody online? Okay, Erica. And then David.
Hello, hello.
Hey, lady from Panama.
Has been amazing. You've done a great job, Toni. What I would say is the most impactful for me was how easy you just made that conversation on how to network. Because I think I've heard it a million times, and how you are supposed to refer people. And I heard earlier, refer 5 people a day, but it never really made sense to me. And when you just did that, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. It's so easy.
Awesome. Just ask questions and keep your mental Rolodex. Awesome. Thank you, Erica. And how did we meet?
We met on a networking.
A virtual networking. And she clicked the link. And here she is.
And we clicked.
And we clicked. She clicked the link and we clicked. So y'all will see more of Erica coming soon. Thank you. David.
Hey, Toni.
Hey.
And my name is David Price, and I'm out of Houston, Texas. I'm the owner of Law Averages Investments, and I also have a group called Helping Heroes Networking Group. Toni, this wasn't quite a aha moment, but it was more something relatable, not to take anything from Christy and the rest of them, but it was from Dr. Frazier talking about family, about family can be the worst. We all, everybody on here can relate to that. That family can be the worst. And I just recently had to deal with that this weekend. Toni seen me come in. She was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I just need to go to my room and shut my stuff in." And she know why, because they deal with family. But I think that even the public needs to see. They need to see this, so that way they can get that aha moment themselves, because they won't come to the information. Let's send the information to them.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your aha moments. I do have one more. I always save the chat. So when you're on Zoom, you save the chat. So for those who you don't get to connect with right away, you print the chat, you highlight the ones you want to connect with, and send them a text right after the meeting so it's warm. Okay? Those are drastic things, but if you do them, they'll change the game. Okay, Malcolm, we're gonna do a few more prizes.
Toni, that was one of the questions, was how do they know how to contact the other people, specifically the ones that are even in the room?
So that's a great question. I haven't figured that out yet. I'll have to do an opt-in for people who want me to share their information with the people who are online, because I didn't get permission to do that. So if you're in the room and you want me to share, bring me your business card, and I will then have your permission to share your information with those who are on chat. Yes, and vice versa. Well, if they put it in chat, it's permission. Okay, and I just save the chat. I'll have the chat and I can share it with you guys. Go ahead, B. Okay, so her question is, as live attendees, are we able to go on virtual? Yes. You got an email yesterday with login credentials for Obvio. OBVIO. So go and do the login credentials, and then yes, you can go and you can go to the sponsor rooms virtually as well. So yes, you can. Now, if you're going to do it in the room, if you're going to go virtual in the room, you got to have earphones, because we can't have the reverb and all that. But on your breaks, you can also be included in the breakout rooms tomorrow. Okay, Dr. Omega. Yes, if you log in, you put your information in chat, and that's how you give them permission to connect with you. Okay? Yes.
This was just a quick aha moment that was very interesting. From, once again, Uncle Joe Frazier.
Uncle George.
Yes. Number 5, he said, we don't spend enough time cultivating and building relationships. It was very interesting about African American people. was only 18%, and then other people was 55 to 70. That's interesting because I hear so many African American people say, I don't want to get to know people, I don't want to get to meet other people, they don't want to meet new friends when they get to a certain age and everything. But how are you going to learn and grow and develop if you don't want to get to meet other people? So but that was very low, 18%.
That's sad, right? So everybody's mad at the good old boys. Good old boys do this. They share business between themselves. Good old boys. But let me tell you what the good old boys do that we're not doing. Not just African Americans, small business owners, because we're so busy. The good old boys hunt, fish, barbecue, have family parties before the deals come. Golf. Then when the deals come, they've already got the buddy they're going to share it with. Y'all, the opposite is we try to wait till the deal come and then try to figure out. That ain't doing it backwards. You got to create your own good old boy, girl network of those people that you know you're going to share your business with.